Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be finishing off the fuel tank mounting and the fuel pipes and filling in the final hole in the boot. Let's go do it. Well, there we go. While it was out again, I thought I'd show you the handiwork. There's the hole for the fuel filler. All of this is welded to the car, seam sealed and then painted over all the way around, Filled the little hole in for the fuel return pipe, and same again over here. I've even put one of my brackets on for the fuel pipes so I can hold them in place. I've got another one to put here somewhere and probably here somewhere. It depends. I've got to put the fuel tank back in to work that out though. Just waiting for this paint to dry. Right, there's the fuel tank in. Got my light. This is the hole in the boot floor so I can access my fuel tank top hat, or whatever you want to call it. Basically the pump assembly. I could pull it straight out here if I want to. Saves dropping the tank, because to drop the tank you also have to drop the rear axle. So this is the tank in the car and the rear axle in the car. It's all coming back out again now because I've only fitted it to do some fit checks. It's only 4 bolts holding it in currently. I'm a little bit worried about this gap here. It's not a very big gap, so if there's any movement in these bushes, I'm afraid that might hit the fuel tank, so we might have to move it back a bit. Don't know how I'm going to do that because the hole that I made, let's get round, for the fuel filler is bang on. So I don't want to mess about with that too much because, well, it's bang on. You're going to have to bear with me this this episode. This fuel tank and this rear axle is in and out like nothing. So fuel tank's going back in now, and then we'll see if we can find a place to put the straps and that extra pipe bracket, and if that's all good, then rear axle goes back in for the final time, I think. Maybe. You know what, who knows. Right, I have now removed that bracket. Oh, so many things. That bracket, and moved it there. So under here, I wonder if I can get the light in. So the fuel pipes go off up there. The return goes there. So that just does a little 90 degree. The feed goes, oh man, this is difficult. He's in there somewhere. There it is. All the way across there to this one, and then up on top of the fuel tank. It needs another bracket somewhere around there, and then it goes into that, which should be fine. And then I do have half of a bracket here, but I need to print another half to replace the one that went there. It was more important that I have this one here because it holds them all out of the way from when I take the axle in and out than having that one there. But yeah, just print the other half of this and attach it like it was before, and these will go like that, and then I can cut them to size then whenever I get there. And I've got some sheathing on order for this cable, so I can run that cable in as well, and then that's fuel, feed and return process all done. Right, there we go. There's the fuel stuff done. The feed line plugs in there. I do need to put clips on the end, but I'll come back to that. So fuel feed from the tank. So this comes from up under there. Goes into this bracket here with the fuel feed cables. They run along here. I'm probably going to put another bracket here because they're lacking and I need to put some protection around this edge here. Into another bracket, into another one where it joins the return to the tank. Also needs another clip around it. All together, feed goes off into the car, or the power feed goes off into the car and back here. And then they go into solid pipes underneath the car to the engine bay. One thing I need to do is I made the holes for the power feed too small, so they jimmy through, but I don't know what I'm going to do. I might just put more tape around these or something just to protect them. Need to get it sitting correctly so it doesn't hang down, but I think that's good enough. I've moved away the plug and the feed up here a little bit. The feed was looping up around here, but I think it's easier to just go straight out that way, because if we look, I don't know if you can see, if I put the ruler there and there, you can actually see how far away I am from the top of the fitting. I didn't leave myself much room. So if I can make a circular bit with a bead in it, a bit like this, but in circular form, I can actually raise the middle of this panel up and have it still bolt down here with a gasket. And then the total height of the boot floor doesn't exceed this. And I've still got space underneath for this to fit. It's going to be tight, but everything in this car is tight. Part of this is, or this little boot build is a gasket, and my homemade top hat plate, runs included, but nobody's going to see them, so I don't care. But that should fit directly on top of there. All the holes should line up. He says. So that's it, top hat's in, it's all solid, and the boot is officially blocked off from the outside of the car. It might echo a bit, I don't know, we'll find out. I'm not going to put the boot floor cover over yet, because I'm probably going to put some sound deadening on this. I imagine it's going to echo a bit, but we need to drive it and test it for that. And a boot covering is very much final touches, and I'm nowhere near final touches yet. So yeah, next steps is finding some foam, although that does seem like a bit of a final touch to me as well. But I'll find some foam. I've had some recommendation from some viewers, so thanks for that, guys. I'll buy some of that in, put it in, cut it up, put the tools in, and yeah, that's the back end finished then, apart from the boot lining. I'm well pleased with this. This has come out much better than I expected. I've made some compromises that I'm not 100% happy with, but that's what you're going to do when you put in a silly big engine in a silly small car. Okay, that's it for this week. We've got the fuel tank in. Apart from, I probably should make some straps, but I messed it up. Might come to that in another episode. But as far as I'm concerned, the fuel tank's in. It's secure enough, and it fits around the axle. So, and the car starts with that setup. All I need to do is get a plug for these cables so that they plug in properly. Thankfully, there's only 2 holes left to fill, I guess. Both sills, driver's side and passenger side, need to be done, and then we're well, it's a solid shell again then. What are you doing? Making another hole? No! I love talking to myself.